ReZero, Season 4, Episode 1, April 8th, 2026. Holy fucking shit, we are so back. After all this time, the best arc of ReZero, Arc 6, is finally getting an anime adaptation. I can't even fucking believe it. It's gonna be so fucking big! But yes, this first episode was awesome as fuck. However, it wasn't too crazy because it was just a setup episode, so yeah, I might as well just begin. So, the first part of this episode opens up where Season 3 left off, with Julius and Subaru. You know, Julius lost his memories via gluttony, and everyone is, like, surrounding them. You know, all the Subaru's friends, like the different camps and shit, and they all can't remember Julius. Now, Anastasia says that they should go to the dunes, like the sand dunes, because they can ask the sage about the victims of lust and gluttony and basically find out more information. So, yeah, that's where they plan to go to next. The next scene, we see Subaru, Beatrice, Emilia, and Julius, you know, in a carriage as they're getting, like, wheeled away, leaving the city of Cristela. And, you know, they're just talking about the dunes and, like, the history behind the dunes and everything. However, we switch to Otto and Reinhard having a conversation, and it's basically Reinhard telling Otto that he once tried to cross the dunes, however he wasn't able to due to, like, some kind of barrier. So yeah, even the almighty Sword Saint couldn't cross the dunes to reach the tower, which is kind of crazy. Because you always think, like, oh yeah, Reinhard, he can do anything. But no, he has, like, weaknesses and limitations, so that was interesting. The next part is basically them stopping at they're basically camping out in the middle of the night on, like, the side of the road or whatever. And Emilia and Beatrice, like, are sleeping together, which was so cute! Because, like, Emilia and Beatrice are adorable, and I love seeing the Queen Emilia again, because she's best. But yes, those two are sleeping together, and while everyone is asleep, Subaru is still awake in the dead of night, and he's approached by Anastasia. Or is it Anastasia? Subaru quickly works out that this Anastasia isn't really Anastasia, but is in fact Echidna. Now, Subaru gets pretty angry because of, you know, what Echidna did back to him in Season 2, or Arc 4. But this Echidna explains that she's actually Scarf Donor, and she's been watching them via the, you know, the thing that Anastasia wears, and that she's hijacked her body, with Anna's consent, apparently. But Subaru doesn't want to tell anyone about this, and then Scarf Donor agrees. That's what I'm going to call her, Scarf Donor, just so we're not confused, because there is different Echidnas, but this is Scarf Donor, and she's a spirit, like an artificial spirit, just like Beatrice and Hook. So, they actually arrive back at the Roswell mansion, you know, to inform Roswell about the situation, and we get to see Petra again! And Ram, and Frederica, which is just awesome. Now, Roswell is basically talking about stuff, and then he says, you know, if you go into the dunes, you'll probably need to bring the girl that's trapped in the basement. That sounded really sus. But what he's actually referring to is Meili, you know, the little girl that terrorized the village in Arc 2 and helped Elsa back in Arc 4. But she's a good, you know, she's a hero now, over on the good guys team. Subaru goes down to the basement to talk to her and recruits Meili to join the expedition to the dunes, because Meili can control the witch beasts, and the dunes are, like, completely surrounded by the witch beasts. So yeah, Meili agrees to join, and then we get a conversation between Subaru and Julius. And there was so much gay tension between Subaru and Julius, it's not even funny. Like, Subaru literally said he wanted to, like, pound him and shit. And Julius did a laugh, like, he's so gay, like, it's not even fucking funny. I said this last time, you know, when he was doing that rainbow attack, I was like the fucking pride flag and everything, in like his eyelashes, it's like gay core. Well, yeah, Julius is gay as fuck, and if you disagree, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the signs are right there. But unfortunately, they didn't have gay sex, which kind of drops the rating of this episode, I'm not gonna lie. But in all seriousness, Subaru goes to visit, you know, one of the people most important to him, Rem. However, on the way, he bumps into Ram, and she teases him, like always, calling him a pervert and all sorts. They have, like, a bit of friendly banter between each other. And Ram has agreed to join the expedition as well. So yay, we're going to get to see more Ram. And yeah, you know, it's so cute when Subaru saw Rem, you know, just like sleeping. They have like a nice little moment together. But at the end, it actually completely switches perspectives, and we get to see Garfield back in Pristella along with Mimi. And they get to see Garfield's mother, and she's talking about like her husband and her kids and everything. But at one point, Garfield starts breaking down into tears because he thinks that his mother has forgotten him, even though she's right there. And then she keeps like screaming and crying out, "Mom, Mom." And eventually, you know, she sees Garfield as his son and they embrace, and it was so cute, like Garfield just crying and everything. It was just, oh. You know, I love my boy Garth. I literally love like nearly every character in this series, if you couldn't tell. I feel so happy for him. He finally gets to see his mother and her two children, and she introduces them to Garth, like properly. And they have really similar names as Garfield and Frederica, which I thought was really sweet. And yeah, that's basically where the episode ends off, with Garfield and Mimi bidding farewell to Garth's new family. So yeah, as I said before, you know, this episode was more like a setup. It was just setting things up for the main part of Arc 6, which is obviously them approaching the tower and, you know, seeing the sage and finding out some answers to cure the victims of Pristella. That was like, you know, affected by gluttony and lust. I don't know why I can't speak. It's probably because I'm so excited for this season. This is my favourite arc in the entire series. So, like, even more than Arc 4 and 5. I love Arc 6 so much. But yeah, this first episode was alright. It was pretty good. You know, the animation, especially those water effects. You see those water effects at the beginning? Like, before the first scene? They look beautiful. The water looks absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, it's going to have the same sort of production values as Season 3, which is nice. The characters look absolutely amazing. Especially Amelia, she's so, literally the best. Amelia's best girl. But all the characters are just the best. I just have like a little bit of favoritism towards Amelia, okay? Don't hold it against me. But yeah, the only negative about this episode is that Julius and Subaru didn't have gay sex. But apart from that, it was a masterpiece. Well, that a set-up episode could be. We found out some interesting lore, you know, about, you know, Scarf Donor and how she's possessing Anastasia, so we'll probably be figuring out stuff like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this first episode, and I know it's only going to get better from here. I'm just so happy that Arc 6 is finally getting adapted. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone!